Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Cloud 2. Last time we moved deeper into the dungeon, restocked up on some supplies, and got talking about weapons. This time, we're going to be moving on. Desperation on the Mountain. Feed all enemies with monster transformation. That's another thing I gotta test, because I don't remember if Bomber Head counts as monster transformation and items. Again, more things I'll have to test later. Because I don't feel like blowing myself up 800 times. I just restocked on all my food. Why did it have to be Rifle Wolf? You guys aren't worth much experience. Speaking of which. You're level 9. Okay. I'm not going to grind with Monica if we don't get to the point I want her to be at when we get there. However, I completely lost my train of thought. We will be getting her up before we get too far into it. Isn't one of these called a triple cracker? I can't wait for those. I love those things. But yeah, last time we were getting pretty in-depth in weapons. I suppose, being, what, part 50? Somewhere in there? High 40s? For episode count? Probably a good time to start talking about weapons, I guess. I was planning at some point doing a video going in-depth on them, but I don't know about that. Because I've already got so many tutorials up on the docket. Monster transformation tutorials, Finny Frenzy tutorials, fishing tutorial, weapon upgrading tutorial. I don't know if I want to add just weapon loadout to that. So I guess we talk a little bit about it, and then if I still end up making it later, it'll be in one condensed spot instead of over multiple episodes. You are worthless. You know what? Give me more. Come on, one more. Oh, you gotta roll first. I understand. Thank you. Yeah, getting into another type of weapon. We went into Monica's a little bit, showing off different frontal sword attacks like that. So let's get more into Monica's Brassards. Monica's Brassards are, as I slightly got into last episode, meant to take on elemental enemies. Specifically like the actual elementals and the Gemrons and the dragons, as it were, these little guys. Ow. Yeah, they can just run into you and explode. Let's go ahead and heal that up before I forget about it. And all of her amulets are single attack. They don't get multi-attacks like Max's ranged weapon does on. Does multiple of his weapons get multiple attacks? I don't remember. I think one of his bazookas can shoot twice, I think. Again, don't quote me on that. And then, of course, his machine guns get multiple shots because they're machine guns. But all Monica's bracelet stuffs are single track. And like I said a little bit last episode, her bracelets are mostly focused on fire or wind, especially her earlier bracelets. I believe her bottom path amulet focuses a bit on ice, I think. Probably throw it up on screen if I'm wrong. So those are the 3 attacks she likes to use, or 3 elements she likes to use. Giving as Max's wrenches are the lightning-based weaponry of the game. Because as mostly machines are just weak to electric, some aquatic life is. But for aquatic life, Monica's weapons get a lot of scale. Or at least her swords do. So it's not a particular issue when that's the case. They both lead to the same room. Okay. And like I said before, the magic brassards are not as good as they were in Dark Cloud 1 because you can't switch between elements at will. Which is really, really annoying with how the bracelets were originally designed. And they didn't really update that system for Dark Cloud 2, which is fairly disappointing. Yeah, her bracelets are lackluster compared to every other weapon. It's why I haven't focused them. It also really doesn't help that the person who gives bonuses to magic brassards is only in the game for, what was it, 3-4 dungeon floors that she's stuck as a party member. Unless you specifically grind with her. And never returns again. It is understandable why people don't particularly like Monica's brassard. Her swords, on the other hand, can become very powerful. Getting into spoilers a little bit, so if you played before and you don't want to get spoiled on the upgrade tree of the sword, skip, I don't know, minute and a half ahead. You gone? Okay, good. The Island King, which is Monica's final weapon, is the only tier 10 weapon in the game. Every other legendary weapon is at 9 or at 7. I think both the lower tier ones are at 7. Because both Monica and Max get a low tier legendary weapon, with Max being the Big Buck's hammer and Monica's being the 7-branch sword. Ooh, there are fire gun drones here. Thought I saw one. But yeah, Monica's Island King, which I think I'm going way past the minute mark now, has the highest potential damage of any sword in the game. Ooh, Goo and Thirst. I'm just going to use my kill. I didn't realize that inflicted both stats. I knew it at least inflicted Goo, I didn't realize it inflicted Thirst. Oh my god, you goddamn spamming Gemron. Or Gundron, because you're in Mount Gundor. And being the only tier 10 weapon, it has the highest stat cap of anything in the game. Again, with the only sword being more or close to even reaching its power at max stats, being the wolf version of the lamb sword. And again, if it's base stats, the let's see, I think I had max stats. I calculated this out at one point, but it was months ago when I originally got the sword and I wanted to talk about it. And I don't remember what exactly those numbers were. Also, that is a really bad speed of shot. So I'm not going for it. Keep losing my train of thought because I keep getting distracted by stuff in game. But the Wolf Blade. If I remember correctly, its stat peak as the Lamb Sword is 200, which gets multiplied by 2.5. I think it's either 2.5 or 3 times. No, 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 no. That's way too much. Plus 50 or plus 75% power. There we go. Sorry. Bringing it up to just under 300 at max stats when it's in wolf form. Or it might be over 400. I don't remember which. Pains in the neck. Decent floor. Whereas the Island King's starting stats are just above 100. With, I think its max stats being 500, I want to say. I think. Again, I will very specifically need to test it out and make sure, but... Night again? Yeah, but it's night-ish. You're going to turn back before we finish the floor, but you're usable. I really don't want to deal with this tree. Because, like, right now, in wolf form, it's 153, and it's nowhere near being close to max stats. At least maxes out in the 300 range. More paint. Monica swords have the highest damage potential of anything in the game. Which, Monica's supposed to be the fast attacker. That's what the swords are in both iterations of the game, is the fast attacking weapon. The speedy weapon. Mostly because they start as daggers in the first game, then or later upgraded to swords, but that's beside the point. Did I put you at level 10? Put you at level 9. Okay. Which means you're not going to get to level 10 before the thing, because this is the last floor I think Monica can be used on before the thing happens. And like I said, I'm not going to grind her out before we get there. Which undermines Max's wrenches. Because Max's wrenches is the faster of his two weapons. We haven't really used the hammer yet, but when we do use the hammer coming up, you'll see that the hammer is definitely the slowest attacking weapon in the game. But it's supposed to be the heaviest hitting weapon. The base attack power of most of the hammers are higher than the wrenches of the same tier. This even goes for the final weapon. But again, Max's hammers both being tier 9 weapons, and the Island King being a tier 10 weapon, the Island King's stats are higher, and attacks faster. So Monica's endgame weapon, the final one you're supposed to upgrade it to, is stronger than Max's strongest hammer, which is supposed to be higher than all the swords. Because they're supposed to be slow but powerful strikes, and they in endgame just become slow. Because I think even the wrench has the same stat cap as the legendary hammer, and then you just have a faster attacking weapon with Max. So, hammers are kind of underplayed a lot in late game. Don't get me wrong, they're still very powerful if you build them right, but compared to other things you can use, pretty bad. Max hammers, though, are effective on a lot of armored stuff, though. So they do get the special perk of not being weakened by armored enemies, which the swords and some enemies, depending on which enemy the wrench is. So the hammer is still best in those situations. But again, the faster attacks with stun locking most enemies, you want the faster attacks. And we're back to the lame sword. Oh, what's your damage now? 51. Depending on the enemy, that might be bearable. I want to at least try getting you to level 10. Oh, Weapon Destroyer. Oh, and the fact that Weapon Destruction has no real penalty in Dark Cloud 2 just tells you how much easier of a game it is than the first one. I love 2, don't get me wrong, but the difficulty's definitely down back a lot from the first game. If you want to keep spitting out your kids, I'll keep beating you up. Oh, spitting out more? Okay. I'll take the free money that they give. Technically farm infinite money off those guys if you really wanted to. I'm sensing a lot of mimics in this next room. That's a lot of chests in one room with no enemies around them. Yeah, we'll use up the last of the bombs on. I want to get the sword done. I don't think there's enough EXP left on the floor to get it done, which is unfortunate, but come close at the very least. Ooh, you'll definitely help towards that. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by that, to be honest. Hitboxes on some of these attacks are pretty weird. Not as much as I thought it would be. Banana, but we have no more room. And what do we got left as our last two known enemies? Soldier. I am the soldier, yeah. Even with both those chests are mimics, I don't think there's enough experience left on this floor to get the full level up. Oh well. We'll get it later. Pop. Just gonna go ahead and speed up the rest of this floor, I think, because I think I finished my topic, and we got some stuff to do before the end of, or before the end of the episode, and before we start the next episode on the next floor. So I'll meet you guys back at the entrance of Mount Gundor, and we'll be doing some diorama things, I believe. So see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. Let's see what the last of the diorama is before the thing I've been hinting to the entire time happens. I cannot make hardened mud pile. Borneo resides in Hemrata. Work crane and arm restored made clear. Generator place made clear. Windmill place made clear. 10 pots place made clear. Part shop restored made clear. Analysis. Work crane and arm restored. Generator is placed. So we need 10 pots for that. And the generator. Go ahead and make the windmill. Do we have the stuff for the generator? We do. Go ahead and make the generator. And 10 pots. Ooh, we don't have sticky clay. Okay, we're gonna have to go buy some sticky clay. Because I do want to show off a bit of Hemrata before we get into the stuff in the next episode. That's going to be all the dungeon exploring for this episode, so if you guys don't want to see the diorama stuff, that's probably what we're going to be doing for the rest of the episode, just to let you know. Because I know that does bore some people. And then there's other people who's like, oh yes, we're out of the dungeons, what else you got? Where's all our sticky clay gone? We just not got that much of it? Considering all the other ingredients we got, I'm kind of surprised on that, actually. Also, have we gotten Claire yet? Is her name Claire? The Svita chick? I don't remember. Julia, Rufio, Fabio, Carney. Because I think we've beat enough at this point to get her, but I wasn't really keeping track. We're almost out of rolling logs, too. Give me, like, 30 of those. 40, that'll work. Me and my OCD brain having to have everything in space of 5. Alright, go ahead and get 96 of these. I'll put us up to an even 100. I don't know why, it's just my brain. It doesn't bother me with stuff in my inventory, but when buying stuff, it messes with me so bad, and I don't know why. Did I buy this many, or have we just been getting a lot of elements? I guess most stuff drops elemental stuff, and we have steel on both our main weapons, so... Except for fire element, apparently. There we go. Wrong side. Oh, right. Checking on thingamabob. Notebook. We're still missing one person there. We still gotta win the Finny Frenzy and the Spheda Challenge, and we have one more person to meet. Okay. I'm trying to remember what one person we have left. Because I don't think anyone new unlocks after this point. Unless it's... I think I know who it might be, and it's something I might have missed technically last chapter. But I don't know if they show up in the notebook or not. So, alright, so work arm restored, and the generator restore the workshop. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get any of the shops open with our current stuff, but just to make sure. We need 10 of these. And like everything else, I'm just going to stack these up. I forgot you can make them go so high. I'm gonna leave it like that, because if it bothers my OCD, I know it's gonna bother other people. There's been a change in the future. Alright. And I don't think this restores anything other than a couple pots, so I'll probably speed up this part as well as or a couple pots. A couple chests, so I'm going to probably speed up this part as well, just to get through it, because searching Hemerata for chests is annoying. I think I got into this last time we were here, but yeah. Very big area, the chests are very spread out, and, yeah. There's one, at the very least. Which part Frey, which is good. That just puts us one Fruit of Eden behind, so hopefully we get that. I still swear I'm missing a chest somewhere in one of them, or I got ridden over by one of the Diorama completion things. Because I could have sworn if you did everything, you were even throughout the entire playthrough. I could very well be wrong on that, and I'm starting to think I'm either wrong or I missed something. Either way, it's concerning. But here's another one. Potato pie. We are now a Witch Parfait and a Fruit of Eden behind again. God damn it. There's people here now. And then we got 3 floors to check, which is another annoying thing. Alright, back to just 1 Fruit of Eden behind. I don't remember if there is or not, but I think on some parts there's some that are up against these fences, and those are the really fucking hard ones to see. Because until you get close to them, they blend into the background so goddamn well. If this was high-res and modern graphics, it'd probably be fine. Yeah, like that one right there, it blends in with the brown background. The Fruit of Eden. Okay, so that makes everything even, which is good. We have the teleporters available now, so we can at least teleport around on the bottom floor, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and run over this teleport. We'll keep my eye on the edge. Alright, so that's all the ones on this floor. We'll go to the west gate. I got so close to an elevator, right? Yeah. Close enough, anyway. I think Hemerada is the biggest Georama area. And I don't know if there are any chests up here until you restore the shops, but I got to check anyway, and we should probably check this side. Actually, we're almost directly in the middle. Okay. And you can't teleport on the upper floors, so you gotta run all the way to one side to check, and then all the way back to the middle, and all the way back to the other side. It's very frustrating. Oh, there is a box up here. Okay, I was wrong. Good thing I checked. Potato pie. Okay, so we're Witch Parfait behind again. We were looking even for a moment. Yay, back to the center! Woohoo! Now we're Fruit of Eden ahead. Oh, back even on the Fruit of Eden, so we're still just a Witch Parfait behind. I think there's one more chest down there. I think this is easier to see on an HD TV. Because the box is the only one of the textures that doesn't fizzle out when you're looking at the chain, so it's just like one solid brown pixel on the rest of it. And we're going for the Eden ahead again. God damn it. It's fine, though. Is there only one elevator? I could have swore there was at least 2. Ah, okay. Right here. And up to the 3rd floor. One for the master, one for the den, one for the little boys down the lane. Mama, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. even on the Fruit of Edens again, I think. And make sure you pick that chest up before you restore Gundora Workshop, because if I remember right, this big space right here is where the Gundora Workshop appears, and I believe it comes out that far, so make sure you get that one before you restore the workshop. Again, I could be wrong, but to be safe, make sure you get that one before you restore the workshop. That's why I didn't restore it by placing the generator down before we came in here. Which I'll have to come in here and do another sweep after I put the generator down, but I gotta make sure I don't overwrite chests, because I feel like I've already overridden one. There's a witch parfait floating up there somewhere. Like, I wouldn't mind missing one of the gem ones. Gems are easy to come by later on. The witch parfaits and the other one, potato pies, aren't as easy to come by. Or Fruit of Edens, for that matter. But I will go ahead and place down the generator and meet you guys back here after another thorough search, so... Yay. I'm going to go ahead and leave the recording going here, and then we'll just cut this part out in case something happens. I don't want to have to pause and unpause for that, so... Note for the editor. And with that place, that restores the Gundora Workshop, that restores the parts shop, and another shop. Okay, so we actually have more things to do other than look for chests when we go back this time. I'm going to make the sweep for chests first, and then we'll get into other stuff. We also got a something will happen message, so I might have been lying there. We'll see.
So this is the Great Workshop.
Yes, Gundorado Workshop. The name is taken from Mount Gundor and the village below it, Heimrada. Pasnos, the mobile stronghold of our rebel army, was once built here.
Wow, that's something.
Let's go to the second floor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now with that cutscene out of the way, I'll do the search and then get back to you before we do anything else. Which I think I'll have to search the third floor before going to the second floor, because I believe there's another cutscene on the second floor, so... Anyway, see you guys back here after I search. Again. Oh, actually, I believe the cutscene on the second floor gives us the item for the event coming up in the dungeon. And I want to visit that room in the dungeon before we get that item. So I might have to switch up how I do things here. Because I've been doing that a lot with the dungeons, and I realize that going back and looking through them, that I get all the stuff done before going in there, so you miss a cutscene that happens if you go there without this thing you need. And the one coming up is pretty important-ish. To say the least. Like, the missing an item cutscene isn't that important, but it's kind of hard to do one of the other things that are there while you go there after the item. And it is a missable thing, so I might save searching the second floor till next episode. We'll see. I should go back out and save right now, but I'm real into whisk it. Whisk it? Risk it. I'm willing to whisk it. Give me my whisk. Batter it up like eggs. One fruit of eating ahead again. Maybe that isn't what goes there. Okay. I thought the Gondora Workshop had filled up that spot. I could be wrong. No, it's not Pasnos restored. I do believe something goes there, so... Okay. So, there's nothing on the third floor. So if I go to the second floor and it gives me a cutscene automatically, I am going to cut the episode off without giving my usual spiel, because I want that to be in the next episode. I might even reset my save and redo the dungeon floors, because I want to visit the top of the mountain before getting that item. So, with that being said, if that is the case, you know my usual spiel. And we might see you next time.
Who are you?
And you must be Garrick, the plant manager. I'm Monica.
I'm Maximilian. Nice to meet you.
The origin point of this workshop was erased. We're in the middle of trying to bring it back.
Ah, so that's what happened, is it? Everything changed so suddenly I had no idea what was going on. So do you think you'll be able to restore the workshop?
Well, there's a problem. They're trying to put a stop to our building by raining embers down on Heimrata.
Raining embers? That's probably the fire squall.
The fire squall?
Yes, in the beginning they tried to destroy the workshop directly using that device.
The workshop itself?
The fire squall is a terrifying device that takes energy from the volcano and turns it into a boiling hot rain that burns up man-made things. We were able to protect the workshop by destroying the device in the volcano's crater.
I guess their scheme failed, so they decided to set up the fire squall in the past and prevent the workshop from ever existing.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened.
So we have to take out the fire squall in the past as well, right?
That's right. I think the device is probably near the crater at the top of the volcano. Use this. Use it to blow up the fire squall. Make sure they don't find it before it goes off.
Okay, I got you. Thanks, Garrick.
See you. Good luck.
Okay, so I think we might be fine, because I am starting to remember how events play out. During that moment, and I believe you have to place the item before the stuff actually starts, so I'll still be able to do the thing I wanted to do. Maybe. We'll find out next episode. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to record next episode, because I'm starting to get tired again. I'm trying to shift to a 12-hour third shift schedule really sucks. Because I gotta go to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, because that's when I'll end up getting home, and be getting back up by 4, which is only about 6 hours of sleep. I'm trying to do that schedule. Not so good. But if I remember how events play out properly, I'll still be able to do the thing I wanted to, so we're good. I got to thinking about that as the cutscene was playing. If not, that'll be cut off and put in the beginning of next episode. I don't know yet. Same recording for me. You guys will know by the time this comes out. Because this will either be in, what, 50 or 51? And the last episode was 49 or 50, so I think it might still be in the 40s. I haven't been keeping track since I started recording again. Other thing I should do. Was that one chest, really? The only thing that came with 2 things being restored? Or 3 things, technically, because the workshop was restored and 2 shops. Seems a little bit off, but it could very well be. Looks like it. Okay. So that is all of our items for now. We are going to go ahead and look at these shops. And next up, I know this is getting out to be a bit of a longer episode. I know I'm going to cut some stuff out, like at least 10 minutes of running around, but it's still going to make it a fairly long episode, assuming I didn't cut before, you know, the cutscene. But even without that, it's still going to be fairly long. So I'm going to go ahead and show off the shops. I might just cut around it and keep this in the same episode, put the cutscene being in the next episode. I don't know. We will see. I have a lot of editing to do before I even get to this episode, because like I said, we still haven't even finished Chapter 4, editing-wise, so we'll see. But this up here, I believe, is the part shop for the Ripod. Gives you energy pack barrel, propeller legs, machine gun arm, and a refrigerator body, all of which stuff we can make or buy at this point already, except maybe the propeller leg. I'm not too sure on that. And you do buy them with Ripod experience. That's not useful to us yet. More parts become available as we restore more of the workshop. It does have a couple decent items, both at the end of this chapter and in the next chapter. Once the workshop is fully restored and all those events play out. It's got a couple decent items in it. Nothing that really beats the solar cannon that you get if you fully complete Chapter 4. But it's got some decent stuff. And it's the only place in the game where you can buy Ripod fuel. I should keep that in mind. I want to go to floor 1, actually. What am I doing? I believe the other shop is a weapon shop, I want to say. I think it says weapon on the other side of that, doesn't it? Might say item. I don't know. Item shop. So I guess I'll go ahead and restock on these then. I don't have any room left. Oh, I don't have any room in my pack, do I? Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So we're gonna go ahead and use up these Fruit of Edens and stuff this episode. Give both of these to Max. I think think we also got 2 witch parfaits, right? Yeah. Just built these on Monica, which I believe still puts Max in ahead defense-wise. Yeah. Monica's currently ahead health-wise by 1. And how many fruits do we have? 6. I think just 3 to each, right? Which will still keep Monica 1 ahead on health, but Max is still 1 ahead on defense. So, yeah. So we're still 1 Fruit of Eden and 1 Witch Parfait short of keeping things completely even. Okay. But with that, that's going to either end this long episode, guys, or it'll be in the middle of the next episode. Like I said, if I do have to cut that cutscene out for things I want to do, I'll probably cut around it and just paste it into the next episode. Either way, we'll find out when we get there. I'm not entirely sure. But with that, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode, where we finally get to what I've been hinting at for the past few episodes and many dungeon floors. We will see you guys then. Take care.